because it was a company, very reputable, one of the largest, in fact, who I called a dozen times, talking about my move. 7 times I specifically asked, is there any problem moving money to Panama? Absolutely not. And then when we had to move the 10%, I called. They wrote the transfer. I dictated it over the phone. They wrote it, sent it to me on a fax. I approved it. And then they submitted the transfer that they wrote on a Friday evening, just before close. And Monday morning, I got an emergency email that my transfer was stopped. And it took me, I don't know if I found out that night or the next morning. Either very late that evening or Tuesday morning. I was told we don't transfer money to Panama.
And okay,
I said on Friday you transfer money to Panama, and on Monday you won't. No, we never transfer money to Panama. I was worried about getting it down here and being in violation of my contract and losing the property. That's what was my concern. So I had to close the account, move the entire account to a different agency.
Different bank.
A different bank, yeah.
Well, it wasn't a bank. It's a brokerage house. Move everything to a different. And now, okay, an hour after the money clears, I tell them I want to move money out to Panama.
They would be like, what?
They were a little nervous. They were
No wonder.
In the end, they were fabulous.
Great.
In the end, they were fabulous. I made contact with a terrific girl out of Tampa, and she got everything moving smoothly for me. We're new here. We're living in a hotel. So I'm going to be in violation of the contract in another day or two, and then so I might lose the property. But now, am I violating Panamanian law? All of these things go through your head, and you become very concerned.
Was the realtor understandable?
Oh, yes. They were amazing.
Absolutely.
The lawyer.
Because they were the ones receiving the 10%.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And the attorney was receiving her fees.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to go to the attorney and say, I may not have the money. No problem. We see it all the time.
Yeah.
She was fantastic. Everyone here was fantastic. It's the people on the other end, not so much.
Everyone here just went out of their way to understand and help us go through the process.
I see.
So for us, looking back on it, except the banking glitch, everything could not have gone better for us.
When they moved the money, they told me, you have 30 minutes to cancel this. 25 minutes later, the same fellow calls me back and says, I just want to check, are you under any duress? No. But no one's forcing you to move this money. I said, no, I bought a property. Okay, we just wanted to double check. They were very nervous because they had only received the money that morning.
And would you say that was a bank policy?
It turned out to be a policy that no one knows about. And I've heard from other people and one of our attorneys that it has happened numerous times with this same bank. And it is their policy, but no one who works for them knows it. So it's not that they're lying or deceiving you. They tell you, yeah, we do it. We transfer money. But they don't. And when you need the money, that's when you find out they don't.
I see.
But in the end, the money went, and the rest of the process was very smooth here. We were really fortunate in that the seller couldn't have been more accommodating and kinder and more helpful. He was amazing. We couldn't have asked for more. So except for the banking glitch, the process for us was
smooth.
Was stress-free.
Moving the money to him, the 90% was nothing, because that was a domestic to a domestic. We moved it within the United States. So that went, the same way you would pay a phone bill.
Okay.
Just
a
very
bigger
large phone bill.
Yeah, it was just getting the money here that became an issue, an unexpected issue, because we did make all the phone calls. We did the research. We called the bank. We did everything we could possibly do to make sure there were no glitches, and yet there were glitches. So that wasn't a Panama issue. That was a U.S. issue with getting the money over here.
And that was solved fairly quick. So let's say that stress time was very little as well.
4 days. They told me that this account is going to take, 10 to 12 or 15 days to move, 10 to 14 days to move.
Wow.
And they moved that account again. The girl at the receiving end had a lot of clout and a lot of influence. And I got a call back from someone from the first bank who was actually trying to help me. And she said she's been with the bank for 17 years. She'd never seen anything move that well and that quickly.
Wow.
They did
So-
8 days work in 2 days. But
She-
that's from the bank. That's from the brokerage house I'm with now.
Hope
They
somebody
made that
from the
happen.
bank sees this video so they could promote her.
She was great.
I tried to put in a good word for her.
So if you like this clip, you have to watch this other clip. And if you want to watch the full playlist of clips, click here. Thank you for watching. Take care.